Hi, my name is Mark Hefner. I'm a training coordinator with the Johnson Supply Training Center. Today we're going to do a change out on a blower motor using the Rescue Series motor for this package unit.
Just a quick preface. This unit is called Frankenstein. It's earned that name. It's messy. It had a lot of things broken when we first got it. We've slowly been repairing it. This is part of that process. A lot of techs get to put their hands on it. It's why it is the way it is. I know it's horrifying, but if you can fix a motor on a system this messy, we know you can fix a motor on any system.
First things first, we're going to turn off the power at the disconnect. We're just going to trace the wires from our blower motor. We know there's two wires here to the capacitor we don't have to worry about right now, but there's a red, black, and yellow wire. This is low speed, high speed, and our other leg of power right here. So I'll be able to follow these. I've kind of already traced them out a little bit on this messy system, but here's our low speed wire. Here is our high-speed wire connected to the second relay next to it. And then here is our other leg of 120. To help me keep track of all this, your phone is your best friend, of course. So just go ahead and use that to get a picture of where everything lands so you can remember where things will go. You know, if your unit looks like a rat nest like ours, move wires around, make sure you know exactly where everything's going to land. And then you can go ahead and start disconnecting things so you can get your motor out. All right, there's part one with all your wires managed now. So now that we've got our wires out of the way, we're gonna find all the bolts and everything holding this housing in. I've just gotta remove this ground wire. And then this one's missing a bolt on the bottom. There's just one bolt up here on the top we're gonna have to take out. Go ahead and move this up onto the table. Alrighty, we're gonna remove the set screw here on the wheel, or at least loosen it so we can get our wheel free. Now I'm going to flip the blower housing on its side so I can actually line everything up on this part. Once you get your motor mounted now, you'll need to line up the flat part of the shaft with this key right here so you can actually lock the motor in again. Oh, we lost our light. Excuse you. And now that will actually stay locked on to the wheel. And we also made sure the wheel's not hitting the edge. You can spin it, it's not hitting anything, it'll spin freely. That's what we want to see. All right, now that we got our blower motor mounted and the wheel set up, it's not hitting anything, we're gonna get our wires taken care of here. We need to reattach our ground wire to the housing on here. And then we're gonna get our capacitor mounted on here as well. Our new capacitor, of course. And we'll go ahead and get the wires connected to that right now so we don't have to struggle with it while it's under the unit. You know what? We're gonna try and strap that cap in a little better. I got that. Now, with our wires on here, black is our high speed, red is our low. Blue would be a medium speed. We're not going to need blue for this. White's going to be other leg of power, but we're not going to need this one. So to kind of get it out of the way, I'm probably gonna, I'll set it up here so it doesn't get pulled into the actual wheel. And tie it off somehow, and then actually cut it and cap it so it doesn't interfere with anything else. And now that way, we'll be able to get the rest of our wires hooked up back into our system. We also want to make sure our capacitor wires don't do anything screwy. Tuck them up there like that. All right, we got our housing all set up here. We're gonna mount it back in the unit now. Gonna get our ground wire back on here. Now these wires aren't quite long enough. That's okay. We're gonna reuse some of the old wires from before. So we'll do the same setup we had. There. We'll get our red wire back on the terminal it was on. I'll check my phone here so I remember where it went. Wait for my low speed. Get this hooked back up on our relay here. Yeah, there we go. We'll wire nut this guy back on. Make sure my wires are clear and they're not gonna get caught in the motor. Good there. I'll go ahead and just put these together.
Just realized I can't see anything what you're doing with your phone.
All right, now that we got our motor hooked up, all the wires figured out, we're gonna go ahead and energize our unit again. And we're gonna go over to our thermostat and test that everything works. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and test that the blower motor runs. That does look pretty good. And yep, it's spinning the correct direction. If it was spinning the wrong way, of course, we could go underneath the blower motor and switch the wires on the rescue motor so it will turn the right direction. So that's good. We'll test cooling. That'll take a second. Blower works in cooling. Let that go for a second, and then let's see if our blower will also come on in heat. There we go. System comes on in heat as well. Blower's on low speed. That'll do it. Now you should be familiar with the Rescue Series blower motors and how to replace them. For this and any other training, come check us out at the JSOG Training Center, where we provide you real-world experience for your real-world career.